Hello everybody.
How you doing?
We are at Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah and we have friends!
And then the one up there that's coming.
Wait, I can zoom in.
Can you see that? Hello!
Fun! So, our plan is to visit Bryce and Canyonlands and Capitol Reef and Escalante, and we are going to take you along, so yeah. It's been a while.
All my walls are covered in words, and while you sleep, I mark my goals. Stand tall, think clear. Don't let them see a hint of fear. Lines and dots, zoom in, zoom out. Open your window, let them hear you shout. Right on the poles, right on the street. Always remember the future is near.
So far, you won't be able to see my face at all. Let's go to the shadow. So, Canyon, no, that's not where we are.
We're
Bryce
at Bryce Canyon.
Bryce Canyon is known for its massive,
Hoodoos.
no, that's what, that was number 2.
Sorry.
Okay, it's known for its hoodoos, and it's also known for its canyon, thus Bryce Canyon. So as we come down into the canyon, we actually get to get really, really close to hoodoos. Now, what are hoodoos? Basically what they are is rock that's harder than the surrounding rock, and then as erosion occurs, those rocks end up staying when the less hard rocks get washed away. Geology. Woo! If only I could say it right. So basically, with all of that, it leaves these spires, and what happens is there's rings around these spires of softer rock that is still harder than the surrounding rock. That's how we get things like Thor's hammer, where it looks like there's this huge boulder on this tiny little pillar.
You want to see this trail for yourself? It's the Queen's Garden Trail. Apparently there's a rock that looks like a portly Queen Victoria. There connects to the Navajo Loop and then the Peekaboo Loop. So depending on how much hiking you do, you can do one, all, or
Either.
none.
Cut some cords, spread some scars. Put on your cape and jump from the car. Open your mouth, take a deep breath. Run fast and don't stop at the edge. You can be anything you want. You can be everything you choose. Do not let it slip away.
So, I am going to point out my favorite part of this hike so far. For one, the hoodoos, the spires basically, are phenomenally they're mind-blowing. They're really, really cool, but that's not my favorite part. My favorite part is these tunnels right behind me. So multiple times throughout this trail, we get to go through a tunnel. And I literally get excited every time. So far, we have done the Queen's Garden Loop and the Navajo Trail Loop. The coolest part so far, other than the tunnels that we get to go through, by the way, there's another one on the Navajo Loop, but the coolest part so far has been Wall Street. Basically what it is a slot canyon, meaning one of the really, really steep and deep canyons that you can usually find here in Utah. However, what makes this different is it's surprisingly wide. So if you're afraid of slot canyons and you don't necessarily want to go into a slot canyon per se, this would be a perfect spot to test and see if you're going to be okay being 100 foot deep into the ground and walking through these canyons. And you walk straight through it, and then you walk straight back up to the rim. So it's definitely difficult, but it's not impossible. Okay, so we are wrapping up with Bryce so far, but we're actually going to come back tonight and do some astrophotography and see our hand at that. The friend Danielle, the other girl, would like to try her hand at it. She's got a 16mm lens. I got the lens I'm filming on, so we'll see how that works out. But I think we're going to go find a camp spot after we walk ourselves back to the van, and from there we're going to set up camp and then come back here tonight and give that a whirl. So far, Queen's Garden, must. Navajo, a must. And the other thing that is 150% a must is Wall Street in the Navajo. The Hoodoos are cool. The first 10 you see is like, and then after that they kind of lose their luster, but still very cool, worth seeing. But Wall Street was definitely hands down the best thing. So,
Third time's the charm.
third time's the charm. We're back at the van. We ate some pasta. It was deliciousness. But first we have some matter of business to attend to's. You ready? We have to put the sticker on the deal. So, sticker.
So we got this one for Kodiak's laptop.
Because
And
it's a van.
this one for our sticker thing. So, just peel that bad boy. Listen. That's nice. Okay.
Hold on. Got this.
Oh my gosh. Alright, where do you think we should put it? Here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Dum bum. Dum bum 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 bum. Oh, that's pretty straight. Way to go, me. I amaze me.
Woohoo!
Yay!
And now for some astrophotography. Oh, you moved it.
Sorry.
And now for some astrophotography.
Sun up, sun down. I know now. You are the one. I know now. And that my love is all there is. And don't say you're sorry about
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
and how you're so worried we'll let it fall. Don't let it break as they all did before. Baby, oh come on now, oh brother, don't. You said, my dear, you'll be fine. It's all so clear.
Hello, everybody. This lens is super dusty. So, if you can't see me, I'm semi-sorry. But also not really. But I'll clean it later. So, what have we done so far? We have meandered to the, Lower Calf Falls, which was really, really cool. 150% worth seeing. I'll put some photos of it. We didn't do any videoing because, well, it was pretty dark. But we got some B-roll, so that was cool. Where are we now? So we got up and we are now walking to the slot canyons. So we are now hiking to the Tunnel Slot Canyon and Zebra Slot Canyon. Basically, this is the slot canyon that's super, super narrow, that has lines that cross the canyon that makes it look like a zebra. Thus the name. we saw on the app, so we use All Trails app, one of the reviews said there's water up to your chest or your waist in Zebra. We just passed a gentleman on the trail that said there's water in both. So we may or may not be going into them, but we'll get some photos if nothing else. So far, we've hiked about 2 miles. Definitely direct sunlight, definitely hot. And we're about halfway. No, we're pretty close. About 3/4 of the way there. So, what makes slot canyons slot canyons? Basically, they get their name from the fact that they're incredibly tall and incredibly narrow. So, one of the big worries with slot canyons is flash flood warnings and flash flooding. The problem is the canyons are so tall that it doesn't take a whole lot of water flow to fill the canyon. A lot of times what happens is the rain can be raining way off in the distance, miles and miles away, and it can fill the slot canyon almost immediately. Some people have described it as like a wall of water crashing through the canyon, which is just a little bit scary. But it's ridiculously hot. There's not a cloud in the sky, so I think we're good to go venture in.
It's very slick.
I feel like it's definitely going to be worth it.
I think you're right.
You have to get a run at it.
Oh. Hey, Matt! Give me a boost.
Oh yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Alrighty. Like a dinosaur.
Go hop in it. Danielle, the dinosaur.
Go!
So I don't know if the microphone will pick it up, but every time you step in here, it like vibrates. Like echoes. What do we get to, Matt?
We got to the gate.
The gates of hell.
The gate! I don't know, it's the stops people.
Stops rocks, probably.
Yeah. Stops rocks and people if you.
It may also slow down water.
Can you imagine so much water pushing that thing to where it's like perfectly level with the ground? That'd be terrifying. Yeah, so the reason or why flash floods are so serious here is because all of this up here literally acts like a water catch, funneling all the water down into the water bottom. It's not that big of a deal when there's this much room, but when you're in a place like this, then it gets much, much more dangerous when the water literally only has 4 foot across. Oh, look at the little bird. The water only has 4 foot across to fill. So now, all of a sudden, 30 CFS, 30 cubic feet per second of water flow, before only meant in 1.5 inches of water, now means, about to there. The kind of cool part is when you look at the wall, you can see the watermark right there. So that's actually how deep it used to be. Kind of cool.
So first of all, let's talk about this water. It is super green. Can't really tell here. But it is super nasty. And over here, this water is exactly the same. And it is very tadpole-y, with dead tadpoles, live tadpoles, tadpoles that you're gonna squish with your feet. So I'm not going because Sage won't go, but they are planning on adventuring further into the cave. Oh, Muffin. You're okay, Sage. The pack is splitting up. So we're doing zebra, and we might do tunnel, which apparently is the opposite direction and a loop that's only like 2 miles. So this is about I didn't think she was gonna swim. Sage just went down there. Sage hates swimming, and because she decided to jump instead of swim, she has created a massive ripple in the water. Here she comes. Come on, Sage! Good girl! our friends here have not experienced jump teleportation back to the car, so let's show them.
that?
1, 2, 3.
Man, I thought that was gonna work. Should we try it again?
All right.
I forgot my hat.
Alrighty. We made it here, but this is it's not our campsite. So let's explore where we are. Apparently it's called the Kiva Coffee House. Let's do this.
Promise I'll always be here. Cut some cords, scratch some scars. Your cape.
So, Kiva Coffee. Let's try that again. Kiva Coffee House. Really, really beautiful inside. The drinks so far have looked good, but we will be the judges of that. Kind of a cool little area in here in the Escalante National Monument. That's where we are. It's basically just like 15 minutes outside of Escalante. Definitely worth a stop and worth checking it out. I mean, it's beautiful. Their interior looks amazing too, but because of COVID, we can't see it. So let's check back in with some coffee.
When I was a kid, my dad used to say, don't let anything stand in your way. Stand tall, think clear. Don't let them see hate or fear.